Hello, viewers. Welcome to another edition of nasscom Insights Vision Talk. Today, we'll actually talk about a very important topic, something that everybody is talking about, which is artificial intelligence. And we will talk about AI, artificial intelligence, from a business process management perspective. To talk about that, we have with us Abhinandan Jain. Abhinandan actually represents Startek,
Mhm.
and we'll hear more from him about his background and his introduction. But welcome to the show, Abhinandan.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Achyut. Happy to be here. So, just to give you a background about me,
Yeah.
so Abhinandan Jain, I'm the Chief Growth Officer at Startek.
Hmm.
I lead all of the sales, marketing, and digital,
Yeah.
for Startek globally. You know, like many people, I started my career, a couple of years back. I would say dating myself decades back, uh, with on the engineering side. Worked through the ranks, as a programmer, as a business strategy consultant, leading business transformation, and then getting involved with the BPM sector, as it was coming into India, and I got to be trained under one of the best, which was GE Capital,
Hmm.
the GE Capital International Services, Genpact, and then from there on, a lot of different organizations, both back office, front office, uh, for last 20-25 years. Uh, in terms of what has been the most interesting aspect of the journey, I think it has been just interacting with different people, cultures, businesses, and learning from them. Uh, because every interaction becomes a learning point, uh, be it from the person who's taking the calls in a call center, someone solving a business process like in accounts payable, or just talking to small size businesses versus enterprise businesses, the challenges, and then the global economy, and that has been fascinating for me, over the last so many years. So, but again, thank you for having me here.
Thank you, Abhinandan. Thank you for the introduction, and good to see another person from GE. Even I worked in GE for a short duration, from 2005 to 6, 1.5 years, when the
Okay.
transition was happening from
Yeah.
GE to Genpact. So
Yeah.
I also oversaw
Yeah.
some of that. So maybe we'll have some GE
Yeah.
stories after
Absolutely.
this.
Yeah. No, there are lots of them. So,
Yeah. So moving on to what the topic for today, Abhinandan, artificial intelligence, AI, and if you look at Startek, how is your organization strategically integrating AI into its core offerings, right? I mean, do you have a strategic vision for AI? I know, and this beyond automation, to create a competitive differentiation, a competitive
correct.
advantage in the market. So, is there a strategic vision in place?
So there is. See how we are looking at AI. You see, AI has to become the fabric of the organization.
Mhm.
Okay, it is not an automation tool.
Yeah.
It is the way of changing things
Mm.
on how we work,
Yeah.
how in organizations behave, both internally and externally.
Mm.
So what that means is how that translates into is
Mm.
AI becomes a core part of how it is empowering the humans,
Mhm.
the workforce,
Mhm.
in delivering to the customer interactions, which are also empowered by AI,
Yeah.
to make them more seamless, make them more efficient, and then create, those aha moments, for the customers.
Mhm.
That is how we see it.
Mm.
As you move up at the executive level, decision making,
Mhm.
where the organization can be more nimble, can address different markets,
Yeah.
can address the different changing scenarios at a much rapid pace.
Mhm.
Is that's how we are looking at AI and weaving it into our strategy going
Okay.
forward. So
Just building on that,
yeah.
Abhinandan, I think is your value proposition to your clients changing? Because typically what we have seen in the past that, BPM, moment you think about it, cost, service quality,
Correct.
process excellence, right? I mean, those are all there.
Mhm.
But is AI's impact limited right now to only operational efficiency and basic improvement in service
Mhm.
quality, or you're seeing a shift from the cost arbitrage model to more insight driven, opportunities, and a lot more new opportunities are opening up. It's not only the traditional BPM
Correct.
opportunities, but also a lot of the IT and
Correct.
engineering and all those opportunities are actually opening up. So do you see blurring of boundaries because of AI, and that
Yeah.
is more lucrative
Correct.
as a business?
And then actually, I think you raise a very important and pertinent question,
Hmm.
for the industry. See, AI, if you have to leverage AI as
Mhm.
the fabric, the old traditional models will not work.
Right.
Okay. If we keep on getting stuck at the cost arbitrage or the labor arbitrage, that model is dead. It was dead a couple of years back. Okay. But now, even if it's dead, it's about how does AI, what is the next stage of model? It's all about value creation. It's all about integrating the value chains. Okay. So, and I'll give you certain examples, right? So, in a model today, like, if you are engaged with the customer, let's say on the customer retention or sales, okay, then I need to use it, okay, to help my customers, increase both their top line and bottom line, okay, and that is where then the model changes.
Correct.
Okay, now what is that commercial model of engagement? Because that is the only way you can capture that value into your pricing models. Okay, otherwise, it becomes okay. Instead of 100 people, today I've deployed 2 people. So does my revenue go down? Everything goes down. Then it becomes unsustainable for the industry.
Exactly.
Okay. Then second is, I think second part of your question is, then how does it change the service offerings?
Yeah.
Okay. So your service offerings, pretty much move in the whole transition from being, just a process-driven service offering to a business value aligned
Any
service
example
offering.
you would like to share?
I would say an example, so like for example, today, we're working with customers, where we are saying, hey, I will deliver, okay, X percentage of new customer acquisition growth for you. Okay. And my commercial model will be based on that if I can deliver. Okay. Now it's a totally different ballgame. So now, how do I use, to the keeping the point, AI and humans together so that, we can understand, what the demographics want. We can reach out to the right demographic using, AI models. We can use AI agents to do a mass reach out and a focused reach out, okay, and hence deliver that, to the brands. And when I can deliver that to a brand, then brands are, paying me, for that. So it has completely transformed into a labor-based model, into a more intelligent model, where I'm saying, hey, just try me out for the outcomes. So
So, have you picked your bets? Have you invested? Are you in specific AI technologies? Are you able to capture ROI? Are you tracking that? I mean, are there any specific bets that you have
no,
actually
no,
done?
absolutely. And the BPM industry, right? So we are so process driven, that everything has to be tracked,
Yeah.
and then every ROI, has to be measured.
Mhm.
So we have done that. Okay, so I think our initial foray, into as we picked up various areas. Okay, how do you start? Right, there's a roadmap to it. So both on the employee side and our customer side. So we picked up certain processes, and I'll go one by one on each of them. Right. So on the employee side, we had picked up, okay, what is my employee value chain with the organization, right from hire to retire? What are the key intersections, where I can use AI for that augmentation? So we started right at the front, where today I'm using AI to align the right people to the right roles. Okay. Where we have seen job satisfaction go up, I have seen better performance. Okay. So AI is helping me, right person to the right brand to the right corporate value, so they are working on the right project. Then second, we started using AI then to once a person comes on board to train and coach them. Okay. And what was interesting is, so we were see when we initially started the pilots, okay, our hypothesis was, okay, hey, this will lead to better outcome, better metrics, right? So that is what, every process, you measure on that. But we were very surprised to actually see our some of the attrition rates go down in many markets, not in the India market, many India, Philippines, and then all of our markets. And the primary reason was the people were feeling more confident to do their jobs, right? And the basic thing is, if I can make my employees more confident, if I can make them feel that they can use the training at their time in their safe environment to learn, that always improves,
Right.
their satisfaction. If their satisfaction goes up, any process you take, back office or front office, okay, that process efficiencies goes up.
Hmm.
So that's what we have seen, from metrics perspective, from a customer inward facing perspective. As I said, we have seen, improvements in the retention rates,
Yeah.
for our customers. We have seen customers CSATs, going up.
Hmm.
All, where you're using intelligent processes to actually drill down into what is causing the dissatisfaction
Hmm.
and making them self-adjust.
Right.
So that's how we are doing
So
it. So
you touched upon the workforce side, and my next
yeah,
question is on
correct,
that. That as AI automates routine tasks, it also creates new opportunities. Like so, reskilling, upskilling employees
yeah.
becomes very important in some of these new activities. So, what new roles have you seen emerge, and how are you trying to build your reskilling strategy? I mean, is it more
Correct.
internal? Is it external? Is it a mix of both? I mean, anything on the reskilling side?
So,
The
and
new
then that is
roles?
again a very important element of how the industry will evolve,
Yes.
okay, and sustain. Okay, not only evolve, I think sustenance is also very important.
Hmm.
So for that, yes, what I've seen in terms of what we are seeing as new roles, which are coming in. Of course, the new skills required is how do you interact with
Hmm.
AI? Okay, so for that, prompt engineering is of course one of the big training areas
Right.
which have been identified. Second is in terms of security
Hmm.
compliance from an AI perspective. How do you put guardrails around the AI? Which you're doing, right? Three is to train the models.
Hmm.
How do you train the models? That is there. Fourth is how can I drive, okay, the right insights?
Hmm.
That is there. Fifth, I think still remains. It
Hmm.
has always been there. Is
Hmm.
change management.
Right.
I think change management has always been the fabric of a successful BPM enterprise. The importance of it has increased further.
Hmm.
Where to be able to do that, you need to drive, the right messaging.
Hmm.
Where people don't fear.
Hmm.
Yeah, it is more a, hey,
Hmm.
this is more to augment, individuals,
Hmm.
to be able to do better. Uh, from and how we have done it internally and externally, so we have done it both. Okay, we are partnering with organizations, which are leading, in that, and in many of the organizations have also created their own learning modules, for people to do it. So we are creating a structured training plans, around that. There is also internally, where we have, made available to our employees
Hmm.
a lot of different, I would say online based trainings, or internal, classroom based trainings, to drive it. Third is also just incentivizing people to try.
Yeah.
See, AI is not something, which you can all train, everything in the classroom.
Hmm.
It's also about how do you incentivize them and then not be fearful of trying things. Of course, as I said, you have to have the guardrail,
Hmm.
but within that, how do they innovate?
Yeah.
And then that is the third way, on what we are doing it.
Yeah.
And we are going department by department as to what is important
Hmm.
for a certain function,
Hmm.
to at least get their feet wet,
Hmm.
and from there on, then of course, so you can go beyond.
But do you see the
So
pyramid changing? Do you see anything on the structure of the organization looking very different 5 years down the line?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. I think the structure of the organization, as I look at it, it's no longer your classic
Yeah.
pyramid.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I see it as a more circular organization,
Hmm.
or a more cylindrical organization.
Hmm.
What I mean by that is because AI is leveling the playing field.
Right.
Okay. So today your roles will crunch.
Hmm.
Okay. More high end roles are emerging.
Yes, of course.
Okay. Your you're sorry to say, but your middle management layer is going away.
Correct.
Okay.
The
Uh,
people management function.
people management functions, are just going away. So everyone is becoming at the same level playing field,
Hmm.
along with the top leadership.
Hmm.
Okay, even the top leadership needs to execute,
Hmm.
and be a hands-on,
Yeah.
with the AI. So,
Makes sense. I think just moving on to the business model of BPM, right? You have a lot of client data, customer
correct,
data, right? And in an AI-led BPM environment, who gets authority over what data, right? I
correct.
mean, I think data management becomes very, very
Become very very
important today.
important. Correct,
And
correct,
then associated with that is the ethical use of AI, right? I think so.
correct.
From a data strategy, ethics, how are you placed? What are your priorities? How are you looking at it?
See, first is yes, of course, AI or no AI, CC data. privacy and and data domicile,
mm,
is becoming a growing concern, across the globe.
mm,
Okay, you can see a lot more regulations coming out. You can see a lot more guardrails
mm,
and a lot more boundaries coming up.
mm,
So one is, how do you ensure
mm.
that is maintained?
Yeah.
Okay, and then the second comes is, what is client data, versus what is our you know
Mm,
static data.
mm,
With that, as with various clients,
mm.
things are evolving right
Yeah.
now, because the boundaries, as you earlier said, the boundaries are becoming very blurred
Correct.
between what data from an IT service provider perspective, or a BPM provider,
Mhm,
or their own,
mm,
and companies are coming together.
mm,
Companies are coming together to see
mm.
how you can, work in a consortium,
Mm.
and have the data access,
Yeah.
because the future is, where, like, let's say, there's a Fortune 10 company.
Mm,
How does that Fortune 10 company a custom LLM
mm,
for them,
mm.
within their guardrails,
Yeah.
yet, their partner network
Mhm,
can leverage them to, basically service them,
mhm.
for the next generation of
Yeah.
services. So that consortium is very important.
Right.
And then that's how, we are seeing that whole thing evolve right now. So,
Agree. Um, there are a lot of challenges that you may have come across, right, in the last couple of years. But what are the top three that you see that you felt that, yeah, these are my big challenges when it comes to implementing AI, creating solutions in AI in a BPM environment, and how have you mitigated them?
okay. That's always an interesting question. So, top challenges. I know it changes for everyone.
Mm,
But as I said, I think the number one challenge still remains is change management. I would say, as BPM companies, every company, you need to bring people on board and be transparent about it.
mm,
Okay. Why are we doing? What does AI mean for the future of work for the organization? Because then, you get people to participate in it.
mhm.
Okay. Unless people participate in it, no project, in AI will become successful. Second is navigating the data challenge.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a big one. Okay. For that, you need to have defined policies,
Mhm,
defined governance frameworks, defined tools to give the confidence about who owns the data, where the data is, on to complete transparency. So that's the second one. Okay. Third, I would say, is, which is very important, is please don't fall in the POC trap forever.
Yeah. Good one.
Okay. Fail fast, 4 weeks not working, move out. Okay. Everything needs to be done with, okay, if I can prove this today in 4 weeks, then we go complete, all hog in, and then, we could do a complete production rollout.
Mhm.
That is very important, because, you see a lot more of it, fail,
Yeah.
before they even start.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
15% is what we see moving to production
Yeah,
from
it's like, okay,
POC.
hey,
Yeah.
let me do this POC. Oh,
Yeah.
this is great. Let's do another POC before, we take a
Yeah.
decision.
We have POC paralysis.
Correct. So, please,
Right.
don't fall in that. Pick something small, even if it's very small, because it builds confidence. So those are the top three, which I would say.
Okay. Imagine it's 2030 today, 5 years down the line, right? I mean, that's what your newspaper says, 2030.
Yeah.
How do you see your company evolve to Startek in 2030? How will
Yeah.
it look like? It'll be AI
Okay.
enabled,
Yeah.
definitely a lot
Correct.
more than what it
Yeah.
is today. But how do you define, how do you visualize your company? Are there any
Yeah.
ways you want to kind of describe your organization
I think
5 years down
2030
the
is
line?
so far out today, because if you look at the speed of innovation which is
Yeah,
happening, you get a new LLM model every week.
yeah,
But if I would say 2030, where I see Startek or any other BPM organization
correct.
is, I think it'll be hard to tell, which company is what. Think of it as data streams.
Hmm,
Okay, all of us, all the company will become data streams enabling an end goal.
hmm,
Okay, so the fabrics of all these companies will start merging together.
right.
Okay, so Startek, will not be known for, a BPM, which is doing this with so many FTs.
Hmm,
No, it will be known as, hey, this is a specialist. This is a a service,
mm,
okay, which helps deliver
yeah,
a best customer experience for in these verticals. Okay, and that's how, so people come, okay, hey, I need this level of experience for
yeah,
my customers in this country. Can you deliver it? That's how I see, the future. And then, yes, everything else in the background,
yeah,
it might be, I see us, in fact, our employees count to go up,
mhm,
but they're delivering the work of even the 10 times or 20 times more
correct.
of, what they're doing
And
today.
different
So,
also.
and different,
Yeah,
it'll be very different.
yeah,
It'll be very different. It'll be more meaningful work.
right.
Okay, it'll be more human empathy based work.
Yeah, less of
Okay,
process, more human
yeah,
empathy.
so because you'll be interacting more with people. Okay, and you let the AI do the back end job.
Mm,
So I see human interactions going up
mm,
actually.
mm.
With the use of
So it's
AI.
the reverse actually, right? As
It
we
is. It is
move
a
from
reverse because
human
see, right
to,
now it's more and more people are
yeah,
saying no, AI will take on. No, I
mm,
don't think so. I think it will enable us to be able to build those connections,
right.
build those human connections. So
No, I think these are fair points. In fact, we every 5 years we do this analysis with McKinsey where we talk about the future of tech services, where it is going to go, and what we see is that all companies will become technology companies. So I see this blurring of lines where
hmm,
companies today are saying I'm an engineering company or a
correct,
BPO or a IT services. I think those will disappear. Everybody will be a data company. They will be
correct,
building their solutions under data, and then as you pointed out, verticals, geographies, those will be specializations. Maybe
correct.
I don't have the specialization of banking in Singapore. Some company will
So
have,
then
and
you
that will
just
be the
plug in. So
differentiation.
you
You
just
plug
plug
and
in
play.
someone else. So
You plug and
exactly,
play, and
correct.
that's where the partnership ecosystems becomes very important
Yeah.
when you go out and do business. But I think that's true. We always overestimate in the near term and underestimate in the future. And 5 years down the line, you never know what's going to
Exactly.
look like.
And then with the pace today, I think it's just phenomenal. So,
Agree.
and it opens up an exciting opportunity. I think the kind of innovation we are seeing, the kind of, paradigm shifts we are seeing,
Yeah,
we have never seen that before.
yeah,
Okay, today you can do so much more. What would
mm,
take you a year to deploy or roll out,
yeah.
you can do it in a month with probably one tenth the
Of the effort.
people,
Yeah,
and it's just amazing. So.
right, right. I think that's true. So, so just going down to the last question, I think, Abhinandan, great points that you made. We have our audience and employees, tech employees, leaders, right? I mean, what are your top three suggestions, given your experience in the BPM sector, on adopting AI, using AI at an employee level, at an organization level? What do you want to give out as
Yeah.
summary tips to the
Uh,
audience?
I would say first is start with communication. Start with communication and an open transparency.
Hmm.
Okay. This is what we want to accomplish,
Yeah.
and let it be known to both your employees and your customers.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you trying to go to? Okay, that's first. Second is of course training and empowering people.
Hmm.
Just training does not help.
Yeah.
Empowerment has to come with it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yes, put your guardrails, where it is, where you have to do that. Okay. Third, learn and imagine the impossible.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, don't get bogged down by just the productivity metrics.
Right.
Okay, it is not about productivity metric. It is about rethinking on how the business will work.
Mm.
Okay, and basis that, I would just add a fourth one: fail fast.
Yeah.
Okay, just do it, fail, move on. Okay, speed is of essence. So
That's for the organizations. For employees, do you have some
for employees,
suggestions?
I would say it embrace. This is the biggest opportunity for everyone. Okay, there has never been a time where the playing field has been so much leveled.
Mm.
Okay, take advantage of that. Be curious, be open. Okay, because today what you're doing will be will change drastically on what you'll be doing in future.
Correct.
So shape it yourself. Okay, and it does give you a lot more opportunities. If you today, let's say, you're saying, hey, I'm in finance and I no longer want to do finance. With the help of AI, you can be an expert in supply chain,
Mm.
within 2 months.
Mm.
Okay, so be curious, go out there, learn and experiment.
Thank you, Abhinandan. I think viewers, I hope you like this discussion. about impact of AI in the BPM sector. And the key takeaway from here is Abhinandan says Startek will be bigger in 5 years down the line. So
Hmm.
don't listen to the people who are saying jobs will go away, jobs will always
No.
expand,
Yeah.
and this sector will remain a sunrise sector for us. And we've done a detailed research last year with Deloitte on impact of AI on the BPM sector. The download link will be there in the description box. Do have a look at it. And thank you for joining in. And we look forward to having another episode of Vision Talks for you very soon. And do like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And see you again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chit. Thank you, viewers.
Thank you.